I really enjoy just existing in hotels. The long, identical hallways, the soulless, abstract art, the weird noises the air conditioner makes, strange city lights in the windows, 6 stories off the ground, strangers chatting in the hall, nothing in the dresser, no past, but an infinite present. Finally, someone understands. Hotels are otherworldly in the best way possible. Otherworldly? Hello and welcome back to Calbus. My name is Quiet, and today we're going to be looking at some r/Tumblr, a subreddit dedicated to getting just the best Tumblr posts and putting them on Reddit so I don't actually have to go on Tumblr. Let's just jump into it. My local rock station. You're listening to rock. Effing rock. We're hard as crap. All the other stations are wimpy little snowflakes for not playing rock like we do. Hard rock. Rock and metal and effing rock. Up next is 21 Pilots, followed by Imagine Dragon. I said Pilots like it's Pallet Town from Pokemon. I'm so gosh darn cool. Do you think kids during the Industrial Revolution had the same weird millennial/Gen Z experience of having technology change so much while they were growing up? A middle-aged man in the 1890s, condescendingly explaining what a candle is. A 13-year-old. Okay, governor. I like to imagine a little Industrial Revolution era American boy just going off and choosing to say governor, even though it's not part of his usual vocabulary at all. He just goes out of his way to say it. Goals, TBH. What is wrong with my sister and her husband? And it appears that these two have decided to put on hoodies, put the hoods up, tighten those hoodies as much as they can, and then tie the hoodie strings together. I'm sorry, bud, but either someone's got to undo that for you, or you got to cut them and you're not getting anything. Absolutely nothing. They're strengthening their bond by being chaotic dumbasses together, and that's beautiful. No, that's not what's happening. This is a Dark Souls boss. Ghost in the house. Get out. I will take you. And the real estate agent's like, chill, it's me. Ghost. Oh hey, have you sold it yet? Real estate agent. Obviously not, idiot. God, how am I supposed to sell this house when you keep screaming at anybody that comes inside of it? You're really chewing down the market value, you know that? Very unhelpful, gotta say. Bartender MD. Doctors before an x-ray be like, don't worry, this is perfectly safe. And then the dude goes to Egypt to press a button. He's right, you know. And, oh, funny twink communist here to lecture me about why doctors are trying to be safe. Actually, in case anyone's wondering, it's because getting an x-ray once is so barely harmful that it rounds to 0, but standing in front of an x-ray emitter 40 hours a week for years will definitely kill you. Yeah, whatever, buddy. Fucking poop in my mouth, wouldn't you? If I go to the bar and have one drink with the bartender, I'll be fine. If the bartender has a drink with every patient, then they will die. Frankenstein, the real monster. My 2-month-old. I can't sleep, Daddy. I'm afraid of Frankenstein. Me. Haha, don't you mean Frankenstein's monster? My 3-month-old. I do not. Personally, I find unethical and irresponsible scientific practice far more terrifying than any physical being, and so should you. Why did the kid wait a whole month to respond? Reading a thesaurus? Probably learning how to read, period, because he's a kid and kids are dumb. People who sleep with their phone on silent or do not disturb really don't give a frick about nobody's life. At that point in time, probably not. I'm more concerned about getting my fat naps, you know what I'm saying? Look, if you decide to have a problem after midnight, that's between you and God, TBH. I spent 2 minutes staring at this, wondering how I could set my phone to Dungeons and Dragons. How important do you have to be to have been assassinated instead of murdered? That is a good question. If the motivation is political, then it's assassination. Otherwise, it's murder. You cannot be assassinated by accident. If a jilted ex murders the Prince of Placeland, it's just a murder. If a jilted ex is also a member of a rival political faction, it may be an assassination. If a jilted ex is driving home in tears and accidentally runs over the Prince of Placeland in the middle of the night in a neighborhood where the streetlights are out because of the prince's questionable infrastructure policy, it's manslaughter. Thanks, murder side of Tumblr. I don't understand the word use of jilted. Like, I don't even think I realized that was a word before reading this post. And it really tripped me up, so I had to try and read that last sentence like 40 times. Australia is fucking mental. This is an actual photo of a dog eating a shark while 2 snakes fight to the death. Oh, he's a good boy! Those snakes are not fighting, they are fucking. I'm very sorry. Birds and the Bees, Nature Edition. His girlfriend living in 2120. Help, my girlfriend calls Red Dead Redemption Red Dead Redemption and also insists that that's the name of the main character. Her mind is far more advanced than yours will ever be. He's correct, you know. Today I learned to create the battles for Lord of the Rings, Weta used a program called Massive and was able to create thousands of CG soldiers, give them artificial intelligence, talents, and skills, then just let them fight. The AI worked so well that some of the soldiers assessed the battle and fled. Artificial cowardice. Can he bless the rains down in Africa, though? So my uncle is a priest and apparently can't deny guy when I ask him to bless something, so I now have a blessed laptop, a blessed loaf of bread, and blessed underwear. I just asked him to bless this post, and he did. From Spooky Mormon, Noir Kazuma says, "This post is officially the most holy post on Tumblr. Use it to banish sins from your dash." Holy posts are a thing, guys. You can now banish and kill demons through Tumblr accounts. Your Allah hat is very pretty. Thank you, lol. It's actually called the hijab. I can't breathe. Allah hat! I'm crying! An Allah hat! I cannot think of a better way to describe that if you don't know what it's actually called. Allah hat! I love all 5 of my followers, TBH. I love all 5 of my followers, TBH. 5 notes. The gang's all here. And it's like SpongeBob sitting in his pineapple house with like a penny and just making him sing. Fish Abraham Lincoln haunts my brain. At my wedding, you'll be able to come alone, bring a +1, or choose a -1, where you can uninvite one person of your choosing, no questions asked. Good idea, Coolshan.com. Power move, uninvite the groom. Kylo Ren. God, my neighbor just called me and she's like, "Is this your chicken in our driveway? Like, who else has a chicken in this neighborhood?" Yes, it's my chicken. So I get over there and Kylo Ren is chilling in the driveway eating some Specks and stuff. And there's this actual crowd of people around her. And I'm like, "Hi, sorry, maybe let me get her." And oh my god, they're like, "Do you need us to call someone? Should we get help? How should we do this? Do you need a net?" Like, bitch, it's a chicken, not a fucking Komodo dragon. So I was kind of joking around, so I crouched down and patted my thighs. And all the chickens are trying to come to me on sight because me equals food. So I got down there and went, "Here, girl, come here." And the chicken comes running over, and this group of actual adult-ass individuals were staring at me like I was the fucking Pied Piper. And I didn't know what to say, so I just kind of walked back to my yard with the chicken following me, and none of them moved or said a damn word, and I think I literally just convinced them that this chicken is trained like a dog. Your chicken's name is Kylo Hen. That's so fucking baller. That's the greatest power move I've seen. Today I learned Vikings use the bones of slain animals when smithing new weapons. Today I learned Vikings use the bones of slain animals when smithing new weapons, believing this would enchant the weapon with the animal's spirit. This actually made the weapon stronger because the carbon in the bones coupled with the iron made a primitive version of steel. Fuck off, Egghead, it's because of bone magic! Waiter, how did you find your meal, sir? Me, yeah, it was nice. Waiter, that's not what I meant and you know it. Me, another waiter told me where you hid it. This cracked me up more than I think it should have. It cracked my ribcage in half. I am dying and bleeding on the floor. That is how much it got me. A dating service where matching is based on people's search history exists. You're a serial killer. You go on a date with a writer. From writing prompts. Serial killer. Metaphorically, if you were to kill someone, how would you do it? Writer, air shot between the toes. It'll look like a heart attack. Serial killer who is obviously in love already. Sucks in a breath. Okay. Writer, how long would it take to die if you were to potentially stab someone in the guts? Serial killer, anywhere from 2 to 30 minutes. Writer, already bringing a ring out. Shaking. Thanks. A++ edition. Writer, shows the serial killer the murder scene they're writing. Babe, I'm not sure if this would actually work. Serial killer, kisses writer in the forehead and leaves, comes back later, a suspicious scent of blood coming off of them. It works, baby, you're doing great! The smoothest of smartboards is Goofy. The relatable, older Gen Z memory when all the projectors and whiteboards got replaced by smartboards around like 5th grade and none of the teachers knew how to use them, but they had to use them otherwise the school just wasted a bunch of money and it was a really weird transition. In addition, when they calibrated the board by pressing the dots and everyone in class lost their minds. Can relate, that shit was so weird and probably the strangest period of my life to have ever existed. I'm not really convinced it's real, but this Tumblr post is saying it is. We got a picture of Van Gogh above this kitty's food bowl and then some of Van Gogh's artwork right next to it on a bed. When I asked my dad about these, he just said, she likes Van Gogh, and what more reasoning do you really need? Babush cats. Soviet-Russian grandma cats complaining about their grandchildren and swapping recipes. They have ear holes, let me die. Babush cats. You made it, furry. Congrats. I had a dream last night that they made a new Bond movie, but they didn't say who is playing Bond. Throughout the movie, you have no idea which character is really Bond because he's undercover, duh. And every single character, no matter how minor, was played by somebody famous, so they could all conceivably be Bond. And at the end, it turns out Bond was Leslie Jones. 10 out of 10 greatest spy movie of all time. Take my money. Seriously though, if they just got all of the name fan favorites to like play the next Bond, like Idris Elba, a bunch of other people, maybe like get in some older versions from actors who previously played them, so who are still kicking, just like any one of them could be Bond, maybe it's all of them, you don't know. What kind of power move could I make towards my new therapist? Takes a notepad and takes notes whenever they take notes. eats the paper at the end of the session. This is why y'all are in therapy. Babyface Spider-Man actor Tom Holland had to ask Thor to buy him a drink in a bar. At 21, the star is old enough to drink on both sides of the Atlantic, but while filming the latest Avengers film, Tom couldn't get around in on nights out with the cast because bar staff wouldn't believe he was legal. Chris Hemsworth, 34, who plays Thor, had to step in and order the beers instead. Well, this is just entirely in character for both of them. Do you ever just know the answer to a trivia question and have no idea where the knowledge came from? Sources. Dude, trust me. Maybe there's someone in the abandoned clown factory who can help us. From Scooby-Doo's suggestion, this is what companies say every time they try to buy Tumblr. Smooth the Goofy Shark. Texting a boy? Our daughter is texting a boy? I hate family vloggers so much. Imagine having this little respect for your adolescent's kids' privacy and personal life. Freeloaders don't deserve privacy. Do you know what children are? They don't have jobs, nor do they pay for rent, utilities, or food. That's the textbook definition of a freeloader. It's true. No, it's the textbook definition of children. Why isn't this 3-year-old paying a rent? Fucking freeloader. I don't know why I keep you around. It's true. Children are fucking freeloaders and do not deserve rights. Get a job, you little dumbass baby. You fucking idiot. I'm having too much fun with this one. Dying real. Isn't it creepy that from the day you are born, you start to die? Actually, fun fact, is starting to die is defined as cells start dying at a faster rate than they are replaced, then you don't start dying the day you're born. You're still growing and cells are still being replaced pretty quick for about 22 to 25 years. So 25, that's when you start to die. Ask any 25-year-old and they will confirm. Well, I'm here to confirm you that that's not how I define death. I define death as I'm getting closer to the day I die. Or that's how I define dying, not death itself. Man, this whole joke, scrap this whole joke, editor, please. It's embarrassing. Anyways, that's all the time we have here today on Calbus. If you guys enjoyed, be sure to drop a like and subscribe with notifications on, and check back tomorrow as we post Reddit content to this channel every single day. If you enjoyed this video, we have another Tumblr video on screen right now, and if you guys want to check out that so you can get some more of this. Anyways, this has been Quite, and I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. See you all next time.